It's an interesting word. You don't hear much anymore. It's got a kind of Dickensian ring to it. So I think, like in London, there are things like the Foundling hospital, which is for children who are literally sort of left on the doorstep. So it's like for an abandoned child or a little infant just, you know, wrapped in a few rags, and that's it, left somewhere, and then the fates decide what happens, sort of thing. Because there was another record that grew with it, this was sort of culled from the same session that I wrote Draw the Line for. And there were some big songs on Draw the Line, like Jackdaw, Fugitive, Stella, Full Steam, that seemed very sort of expansive, and, you know, you could imagine them getting a break at radio or whatever. But all this other sort of quieter stuff was growing. And sometimes it's like my favourite part, after all the bluster and all the noise and the effort, to really do something really, really quiet, where you can just hear the words and the song. There's nothing else propping the whole thing up. There's no production as such. It's just, which is really, that's my strongest suit. It's just breaking it down to the solo thing almost, with a few little bits of embellishment. So yeah, no, it is liberating when you can take that hat off of thinking, right, okay. I mean, it's a mincer out there when you put things into the media, do you know what I mean? It's like, if you live in the real world, and you know what's going to happen once you've put a few records out, you know, someone's going to go, hey, you know, make it shorter, make it faster, make it louder, make it something. And you try and deal with all that the best you can, but with this record, it was just obvious that the pacing of it and the flow of it, it was just something else. It was removed from all that.
Now every word is falling on stony ground.
We've got a very good friend in common, his manager, who was at ATO Records when White Ladder was successful. So I've met Ray on a few other occasions. I've literally just bumped into him in different cities when he's been on tour and I have. And we've got chatting. So this thing was just proposed, and it just immediately felt like a good fit. And knowing Ray as well, I thought it's a good fit of personalities. Even though it's two male singer-songwriters, we've got big voices, but we've got a very different approach. So just a little sort of story I wrote without, it wasn't one where like inspiration struck, but just like a London story, you know, like reflected some of the things in my life at that time. I was younger, going out,